Welcome to another episode of SCL Tips. I'm your host, SCL Matt. And this week we're exploring different Skylanders Storage Solutions. A couple weeks ago I asked you all to send in your pictures of how you store your Skylanders, and I got a pretty good response. And then I held off for a little while because I was hoping to have my new shelves up and ready to go that I could show off, but that didn't happen. So instead of just holding on to the pictures for now, I decided I'm going to share them anyway, and this is what we have. So there are some of you who have decided to go with the very simple but very practical storage boxes. These can be found at pretty much any store nowadays, Walmart, Target, whatever you want. And yeah, they're an easy way to store Skylanders. It's not necessarily my favorite because you never know, how they're going to hold up in the boxes, especially if you just kind of jam them all in there. But, it works, it's effective, and it keeps them in a very compact space. As you'll see later on, some of these solutions take up a lot of space. If you don't like the boxes, perhaps you'll go for some type of drawer. This is basically the same idea, except you don't have to deal with taking a lid on and off, and you have access to more of them with, or I should say without having to unstack them or take lids off. You could just open a different drawer. So there are many styles of drawer out there. Anything from these plastic ones that stack nicely to, you could go for a large wooden dresser or something like that has drawers. There's just many options out there. As you can see here, this is exactly what happened. Looks like an old dresser turned into Skylanders storage. Once again, kind of the same thing with the boxes. Is they're not all gonna be sorted nicely, and they're all just kind of jumbled in there, but very, very effective. As far as keeping all your Skylanders in one place and having access to them so they're not spread out all over the living room like mine are. Or maybe you go for some combination of drawers and storage bins. Here we have one set of drawers with a lot more put away in storage. I'm guessing the ones in the drawers are used more often. Many of these in the storage boxes still seem to be in box even. And then, of course, the infamous trap box. If you were going to collect them all, this was a nice way to hold them and display them. And we have a few more boxes with drawers. Couple different styles of drawers here. And then this looks a lot like my living room right now. This is what I'm trying to get away from. Well, they're all, it's nice that they're all out there and easy to find and use. It takes up a lot of room, and if I was living by myself, it might not be such a big issue, but my wife is in the house too, and I don't like to take up the entire living room with my hobby. So if you don't like to just leave them laying out or stuff them away in a drawer, perhaps a shelf is more your style. It can be as simple as an old bookcase that you have somewhere in the house that you don't have books on. Or you can go for some type of glass case, like a display case. This is nice. It always it'll keep the dust off them a little better. It does have doors though, so you're gonna have to either leave the doors open or just keep opening and closing them as you need them. A few more examples of some nice shelving units. Depending on your shelf, I mean, you can split them up into different types, whether it be by game or by element. Or some people like to take up all the shelving in the living room, it looks like. This is kind of nice. I have it right next to the TV there, but out of the way. Only sad thing is I'm not sure that this little guy's going to be able to reach the ones on the top shelf, but he has plenty to play with down below. Some more shelves going on here. I've seen similar shelves like this, I think from IKEA. I don't know if these are the exact same ones, but they tend to work out pretty nicely. I've seen a couple people that like to use them. Looking back here at probably another old bookcase or something. Or you can take up an entire wall. I mean, this, I'm not entirely sure how long it is, but wow. If you can fit an entire element, which from looks like all 4 games on there, that has got to be one long shelf. Or maybe you're going to get a little more into the custom style. I like this idea, splitting them up by element. Here's another sample of one being prepared. It's not quite been filled up yet. Or you can go for a nice tiered look. Probably takes up a little more space than your standard bookcase, but it looks awesome. I have to say, it really does. But if you really want to see awesome, check out this lighted case. Not only are they in glass, so it keeps them away from the dust, but they're lighted and set up with tiers. So they're all visible all the time. Or maybe some of you feel the need to be organized. I mean, I have all mine sorted by game, but I mean, this is organized and compact. It's stellar. I also kind of wonder what's in that fish tank down there. But if you thought that was organized, just wait till you see this. This, I've never seen anything quite like it. And it just blows my mind. I mean, that this is probably the best, most organized system I've seen. Unfortunately, it is probably also the most expensive organization system I've seen. Because I believe each of these cases has to be bought individually. But I love how it's organized. I love that the cards fit in with each of the figures. And I love that they found a very nice practical use for the stickers that come along with the figures. They were originally meant for the poster, but that doesn't help you. It tells you which ones you have, but it doesn't help you organize like this one. But yeah, when I saw this, I just couldn't believe it. You even found a solution for the adventure packs. keep them all together. You can fit 2 adventure packs per box here. And yeah, if I had the money, I think, honestly, this is probably the route I would go. But I think this might be a little bit out of my price range. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you to everyone who took the time to take pictures and send them in. And we'll probably be doing this again sooner or later. As you can see, I labeled this one Volume 1. So maybe next time when I finally get my shelves up, maybe we'll do a second round and we can see what the rest of you have. Until then.